So, what brings you here today?
Well, I had just shrunken to a peculiar size, and I thought I'd tour, the world at this size. I rather like it,
I see.
Yes.
And you've come to me, being a doctor, because you want to go back?
Well, not quite. See, I was wondering if maybe you could figure out the time this disease, and perhaps find a way to make it stay longer if it were to ever go away.
Right. You see, we've had several reported cases, mostly in the South Islands, a few in Scotland. I imagine the general cycle of this illness would probably be about 3 months. But if you want to prolong said illness, I would suggest reading literature, small literature, say The Hobbit, Little Women, perhaps The Little Prince, just related literature of that sort. And if you really want to get into it, you could watch movies about little people like Willow. And finally, as far as prescriptions go, I would probably suggest taking, let me think about it for a second, maybe some mushrooms, yes, probably homegrown, southeastern mushrooms.
Sir, don't mind my interrupting, but I have to ask, you're not making a joke of this, are you?
I am not joking at all.
Because I would be taken aback, which of course I don't need to as I'm so small, but sir, I find this very indignifying, but I'll take your advice, read the literature, of course, and mushrooms, you say?
Yes, mushrooms.
Well, fancy that. I happen to love mushrooms.
Oh, do you? Perhaps that's how you got this illness in the first place.
I see, okay. Now that might be the first intelligent thing you've said all day. I mean, not to be rude, of course.
You remind me of a professor I used to know, Dr. Montezuma.
Really?
He would take the mickey out on me all the time. But, I've overcome such trials, and I'm now a doctor, practitioner at my own place. And you can belittle me all you like, but I'm just going to give you a straight diagnosis.
Well, accept my apologies, sir. I'm very sorry.
I accept.
Right, it's quite a nice place you've got here.
Yes, it's rather nice. I agree.
Right. As to your previous affiliates, I believe I knew, I've heard of this doctor. He was a good friend of my mother's.
Oh, really?
Actually.
Hmm.
Actually, I think he's my father.
Your father?
Yes.